I'm live. I'm live. I'm out there. So, I know it's pretty late where you guys are, but, I got a lot of comments about how the last one was a little rough on the sound. So, since it was, I decided to do a replay. Now, if you don't see it now, you'll see it later, and we're going to breeze through what we have to talk about today. So good evening. It is 8:30 here in Mérida. We had thunderstorms tonight. It was quite eventful. The lights went out for quite a while, maybe about an hour or so. And I ordered and I had the delivery man in the rain, or woman in the rain. So, these are things that are out of the ordinary when you're in the States. Just some things to think about, that your electricity does go out. Your Wi-Fi will go out. You need to have some data on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Got to have some data on your phone in case you need it, in case you need to get an Uber, in case you need to order something. So this is just a quick replay due to the sound from the previous video. For the people who hung in there with me, I appreciate it. And so we're going to go through this on this late Monday night. People who are watching, I appreciate you being here. I don't think I've ever been on live on a Monday night, but hey, we're trying new things. And plus, I want to get this video out there for people who were trying to view it, who were trying to hear it, and were having issues doing so. So, in this video, I'm diving deep into the realities of living abroad with a budget, including $100 to $150 rent debates and much more. Is it really possible to live comfortably with such low rent, or is it just a pipe dream? I'll break down the difference between using Facebook Marketplace, realtors, and Airbnbs. Plus, I'm sharing personal reflections from my own journey, dealing with hesitation, anxiety, and confusion along the way. We'll also explore some harsh truths about our expectations versus the reality of moving and relocating to Mérida, Mexico, including why it's so important to set aside money for emergencies, because ish happens. I will also share some of my insights on comparing U.S. heat to Mérida heat. It's a different kind of heat, and why it's crucial to retrain your brain and open your heart when you're thinking about moving abroad, okay? Then we'll talk about the beach fiasco that most of you all saw from the live at Progresso. It will be very brief, not as long as the one in the preliminary video, where things got a little ugly, and why emotional maturity is something that many of us struggle from when we live in the United States, the USBS, if you will. The US is very ego-driven, so you never really get a chance to learn to manage, or we don't get a chance to learn to manage our emotions. So expect the unexpected, and remember, this journey is uniquely yours. Finally, I'm going to share what I've learned in my personal journey and professional growth. I'm setting healthy boundaries and entrusting the power of self-awareness and cosmic connection to enhance my experience through things that I have learned and that life has taught me, and the importance of knowing my worth. And I want to also encourage you to know yours. Accept challenges that come and rise above them. And then finally, we will talk about Casa de T&Nikki, because it is evolving too, with new opportunities on the horizon. So if you're considering moving abroad, managing limited funds, or starting a fresh new chapter in your life, this video is for you. So let's continue to grow, learn, and transform together. So welcome in those of you who are with me tonight. I know it's a late night. However, we had such horrible audio issues on the video that I did for the $100 rent, and I got a few comments. So my goal tonight is to make it right and make it so everybody can hear the information, because it is indeed vitally important. So we will just be doing a real talk recap of $100 rent, how to see it, how to get it, how to know it and not want it, and see what you're going to get for it. Okay? So when it comes to $100 and $150 rent, you have to understand this is a different type of environment and dynamic. In the States, it's conversely different than living in Mexico in rural areas. The lower the rent, the more rural. A couple of things happen. You lose access to city services like Uber, Rappi, Didi, delivery of food, medicine, and things like that make your living in Mérida unique, because Mérida is service oriented. So taking advantage of the services that they provide here is the coup de grace of living in Mérida. So when you move out into these rural spaces, not only do you lose the services, you encounter a different dynamic of locals. Very little English is spoken, where when you're closer in the city, you get a lot of Uber drivers. They may not tell you, but you'll be surprised how many speak enough or understand enough to talk, to have a conversation with you or help you along your way. And then also what decreases is the modern or living conditions of the home, everything from structure to contents to amenities. So I've seen $100 and $150 homes, and it may not be paint on the walls. Your floors may be concrete with no tile, where typically we have ceramic tile on the flooring. Also, some of these units are one room compared to one bedroom, just a studio or efficiency that we know in the States. And also there may not be a stove, a stufa, or it may be a small refrigerator. So sometimes you say, I can work with that. I'm going to try to work with that. But it changes when you're in the situation. It changes when you're in an area you don't know, in a different country, in a different city, in a different state. Accessibility to things that you need urgently, the ability to communicate, and then financially, to fix it up, it will cost more than it would to just get a place that's already nice, So there's a happy medium that is good to contemplate, to really think about what you want, what you deserve, and what you can handle, right? And be realistic about your expectations. Now, you will find a lot of these units, $150, $150 units on Facebook Marketplace. I do not recommend it for a couple of reasons, and I will tell you why. Number one, a lot of the houses have been rented and they don't take down the listing. So you may spin your wheels, accumulating places, and maybe 50 to 75% of them are null and void. They've already been rented, I believe. Also, some of them are shared units. So you want to be aware of that, where you share a kitchen. And if you're cool with that, that will decrease your cost and get you in a better neighborhood, a more affluent neighborhood. Also, some of the listings on there, the person never responds. You send one, you get an auto response, but the person never responds, so it kind of leaves you hanging. You don't have to fear about being robbed or led to a place and something happening to you. That doesn't happen. However, there are little tricks to Facebook Marketplace. So if you want to go look at them, go on to the platform on your laptop. Type in your criteria and your price to the left, and do a query. The next thing that you want to notice, on the right there is a map. Go ahead and extend that map. You can click on it, extend it, and I may do a video with a visual on how to do this, but if you look at Cortez's video, this is a piggyback off of his video on how to find $100, $150 homes in Mérida. So if you're interested, go back and look at his, and this will piggyback to that. On the right, you can do the map and you can see where these houses are located, and some of them are extremely rural. A friend of mine lived down near Uman and ended up in a food desert. So you think all I need is OXO and a pharmacy, but you find that you need more than that. Then you find that the city holds more than that if you just increase your rent, by a little amount. Okay. Also, Facebook Marketplace versus a realtor. Now, I use a realtor because listings are pooled and I can pick which ones for my clients. We can see those and go out, and it's a seamless process, right? Also, you get the availability of the realtor to interpret the lease for you. So in my packages, we're all there present for any questions. Also, I suggest that you get an attorney. We use Valeria here. And if you need an attorney to look over your documents, I encourage that quite a bit. Quite a bit. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Eli. I didn't know y'all were here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to repost it because the other one, I went back and listened to it, and it was not good. So... So it's no thing. It's my pleasure because, this is important. So being aware of those food deserts, the language, and then also Airbnb is an option. So we did the Facebook Marketplace, the realtor, the Airbnb option. And that will get you out of maybe the hotel, or if you're here with somebody and you're ready to get your own space, consider doing that. LaDawn did that for a while. She did it because she travels a lot. So that way you avoid long leases, right? Because you can get a 6-month lease, you can get a year lease, but I've never seen anything less than that, and I've never seen anything rent month to month, okay? So that'll help you kind of get settled, get into the groove, and not have to commit to a long-term lease. Do it for 2 months, do it for 3 months, work it out with the host. I'll be having Casa de T&Nikki, and this is what it's all about. Because a lot of people come here and they get overwhelmed. I was when I came, extremely so. In a new place with a new language, feeling intimidated, a lot of hesitation, a lot of apprehension, a lot of anxiety and confusion. Where am I? And I didn't know where I was. And now in retrospect, I really didn't. So your every cell in your body, your whole mechanism is going through a transformation. Oh, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. It's going through a transformation, so give yourself some grace. Okay? So if you're working with limited funds, a few key things that you may want to focus on. Decisiveness. If you do see a place that you like, and I focus on places around 300 to 350 and up. Cortez did his video to show you how to view places for $100 to $150, but he said he would not do that. Now you may want to talk to him about it because it would probably be a substantial fee. However, I start around 350, 300, 350, and you can get a one bed for that amount. And so in a good neighborhood close to the city. So perfection versus realistic expectations. Lean into the realism. Get to know Mérida. Airbnb again gives you time to do that. You guys know I've moved several times over the last 2.5 years almost. However, it was through trial with the mold and living here and doing that. And I don't want you to have to go through that. So I've learned to be more decisive, to be open-minded with little expectation, to really have a plan, but be vulnerable to what Mérida has to offer. And don't be scared, or be scared and still do it. But don't be scared to start off small and build as you go. Get familiar, because a lot of people have left, beloved. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, hey, LaDon. Hey, sweetie. Yes, give yourself some grace. And just a little bit of the time, LaDon is traveling. She having herself a good time. So I try to bring about different interviews, different people's experience, to see that your experience is unique to you. So live yours out loud, Come check it out. I'm telling you, Casa de T&Nikki, that's what it's about. To give you a chance to really see and get the chicken. LaDon got to come back for the chicken, and kind of get to mingle and see if this is a place for you, or a launching pad on to another place that fits your vibe, right? Mérida fits my vibe. As I get older and I slow down a little bit, and I'm very HSP, highly sensitive person. Y'all know I cry all the time. I'm sensitive to sights and sounds. A lot of people on my channel are empaths. So the ambulance sound is not only a sound, it reverberates. So we're all, sensitive to different things. So Mérida fits my sensitivity level. Non-aggressive. I'm not dealing with the United States attitudes, the Karens, the Kevins, So it fits my mode. It's a lot family oriented. And even though I don't have any kids of my own, I still get to live vicariously through the people who live here. And they have beautiful children, very well behaved and dressed modestly. Not Amishly, but modestly, right? So if you're working with limited funds, save your chips. Look at some of those alternatives. I do not condone or condemn the 150 apartments. I just think from where we're coming from, thank you, Ellie, the chicken or the lettuce. The lettuce and the chicken, totally different taste, guys. It's quite the shift. It's quite the adjustment. And you don't want to make it harder on yourself by moving to these rural, non-English speaking, when you speak no Spanish areas. So kind of, until you're here for a while. And then you're like, hey, I can kind of make it. I want to get a house out there. As Mérida starts to expand, it's growing quite a bit. The high rises are coming up. The houses are being renovated. The people next door adding a level. Y'all know I've had construction next door for like 4 months. They've been doing construction for about 3 months, 3.5 months. And they are building a whole nother level up top. And the ground is huge. The house is massive. Monte Cristo has baby mansions. They have baby mansions. And you can get, it's a lot to maintain. And that's another thing. When you get into these lower cost homes, you may need an air conditioner because it's only a small one. You want to upgrade. So you may put more money into the house that don't belong to you or doesn't belong to you, opposed to just paying the $350, y'all, or paying the $500, y'all. And as we know, that conversion rate fluctuates. I'm so upset that it's going back down. It was sitting at 2003 a couple of days ago. Pardon me. And now it's gone down to like 1945 or something like that. So keep that in mind when you do your budget, when you think about places you want to go. And then look at other areas. Be open to the Airbnb. I like how LaDon did it. And then go visit other areas, because this will give you the opportunity to, because you're saving that money. Right? Right. So, also, pardon me, money for incidentals. Money for incidentals. I tell y'all I fall frequently in Mérida. And the sidewalk, this concrete is unforgiving. My mod Free 50, she fell and broke her leg. She had a cast on her leg. So it's really, and all it takes is a wrong step and you twist your ankle. So you gotta have money for incidentals. Anything can happen, right? We had a young lady come here to visit. I say all the time on my channel, don't go out in the daytime. It's too hot. Even in August and September, it's too hot. She decided to go out early in the day and fainted, and they had to call the ambulance. So, these are things to keep in mind about your budget, about your monies, saving up to do it the right way in your plan, your action plan, your financial budget, okay? Also, save money when you do come here. Save money by using local transportation, Uber, Didi, even the e-tram, the new electronic transportation, the Vaibin or Vaivin, e-tram versus car rentals or drivers, which are very expensive. Drivers tend to charge by the hour. So if I come pick you up from the airport and I have a driver, it may cost me 400, 500 pesos, $25 to come right around there to come get you. But if you late, you're going through customs, you get stopped, you get the red light, you have a lottery when you come out, you have a red light, you push the button, right? And you get held up, he waiting. It accumulates so quickly. You late an hour, that's 700. You late 2 hours, that's 900. We up to 1,000. We up to 1,000 pesos. Right around $50. So we climb quickly. So if you want to do a rental car, it's good to know somebody because they have very high deposits in Mérida. I'm glad I'm redoing this video because I forgot to mention that last time. So Uber has started renting cars here in Mérida. I'm like looking at the prices. The prices are fantastic. The prices are sitting at like $7 a day. What you talking about? $7 a day, $5 for the small, for the big one, $12. It's like for 3 days or 4 days, it's only 1,125 pesos. You know what I'm saying? Roughly 75 bucks. But then we get over to the terms and agreement and the deposit. In the States is what, like $250 or something like that for the deposit last time I checked. These jokers want 14,000 pesos. That's $720 for a deposit. I didn't know. I do, Shauna. I drive around. I'm driving around now. Too much. I didn't know there was an Enterprise. We have an Avis, an Enterprise, and a Hertz that I've seen. And there may be more. I go over to Enterprise thinking it'll be a cheaper, deposit. They wanted 12,000 pesos, $600 for the deposit. So even though the days are cheaper, you got to whip out that credit card for that deposit. Okay? So it's great to know somebody. See, I know somebody. I told y'all I always got a guy. I always got somebody. And that's good if you know a private person that rents their car. They do it in Facebook Marketplace. They do it in the groups. Brothers and Sisters of Mérida, Black Mérida. People will put their car up there for rent. I tried to do it. Okay, check this out, y'all. So I'm like, ooh, for a week, 2,500 pesos. That's good. For a whole week, 7 days. That's what's up. 125 bucks. Let's do it. I catch the Uber over to the house. I got to stand out there for like 30 minutes like, hola, I'm here. Then I'm like, is this the car that was in the picture? Because that don't look like the car that was in the picture. I go look at the car, child. It's on double flats. He's like, wait a minute, let me open it up and get the sandwich out the back. I don't know how many days that's been in there. So, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky. I didn't keep it. I told her I can't, baby. You go, and it was dirty. It was filthy. It needed to be washed. She did say she was out of town for a couple of weeks, so I do understand. But the thing that hurt me is she left it in charge with him, and he didn't really take care of it. He was like, "Oh, you can get some air down the street." No, you can get some air down the street, sir. I can't do it. So be careful. Yeah, right. So I'm like, be careful. When you rent these cars from these people, make sure you check it out and don't be scared to say no and roll out. Leave. Don't do it. And it was substantially smaller than it looked on the picture. And that goes for apartments too, y'all. I don't mean to point. That goes for apartments too. It may look one way on the pictures. You'd be like, oh, I take this is nice. And you see it in person, you'd be like, wait a minute. Where did this come from? Where's the stove? You miss things in the picture. I've seen it. Half a refrigerator, no stove. None. So they sell the hot plates here at the bodega. You can get 2 eyes, you can get 4 eyes, you can get the whole unit. Sean said peace. Right? So, same thing. The cars, the houses is different, y'all. It's different. It's hitting different in Mérida. For real. It's hitting different. So you got to think about all this. And you know what happens? A lot of people end up leaving. They don't think, hey Harrington. Really appreciate all the information. I'll be coming in 2025. Moving in 2026. Congratulations. Congratulations. So you know what? Some people don't make it. Because they have listened. They think they can do it differently. And like me, Cortez, all these people over here. I don't know how many YouTubers talking about Mérida. But listen. listen. Like take notes. I know when it's not gonna work when I get this. I know when it's gonna work when I get people to be like, they take notes and they move on if they're not feeling it. Like I said, a launching pad to other great things. Hey, Lenora. You know, a launching pad on to greater things, better things, right? You ain't got to stay in the USBS. You got options. And that's what we're here to show you. You got options. But just be prepared for your journey. Be prepared, as much prepared as you can be. So hopefully you can see through my eyes, you know, what you're dealing with. And we want to know, we as YouTubers, or me, I can speak for myself and definitely Cortez, we want to show you the way to save that money. You know, taking the public transportation. I got the course for you to deal with your family and how to tell them I'm still leaving and all of that. Knowing the difference between family and relatives. I'm sorry, Lenora. I sent out an email. I wanted to do a redo because the video was so shoddy from yesterday with the houses, and I want to make sure everybody gets this information. So I was able to get my mic working right, able to get my OBS working correctly, and I figured we do a late night redo. Why not? I love my viewers. I love my subscribers, my viewers, my everybody. I just want a little better life for my children. Amen. And that's what it's all about. You know? And how, you know, a little is a lot. You know? And the real... You know, one thing about Mérida I always notice, there's always butterflies. I get people to come here and if they notice, I am Nina, how are you? Happy to see you, boo. If they're aware enough, there's so much beauty. I wish I had the picture, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can go get it. I fixed my OBS, so I should be okay. I should be able to still coming in loud and clear and y'all can see me. I want to show y'all how pretty it was today. It was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. One of the problems that I had in the USBS was chemtrails. I hated them. They made me feel horrible. I walk outside and I look up and I feel like I'm being sprayed like a bug. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is what we doing. And blocking out the sun. I can't see the sky. As above, so below was not working. It wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? And it affected my attitude. It affected my interaction with other people because I need nature. We need sunlight. We need sunlight, right? And I was getting numb. My vitamin D was low. My vitamin D was low, y'all. It wasn't right. And I knew it wasn't right. I just didn't know at that time how to get through it until I came on YouTube and saw Cortez. So how did I see Cortez? Okay, so I started out looking in the DMV. I was talking to my partner. I'm like, he liked to buy stuff. I'm like, hey, it's nice over here. In this area, they building stuff. Let's see what we can find. But you know what? Everything in that area was too expensive. They $300,000, $500,000, $700,000 homes. And these homes were not, a lot of them were built in the last 20 years. These are older homes. You know what I mean? I can't get to the pictures, y'all. I'm going to get back. I'm going to get to them when I can. A lot of these were older homes. And so I was really priced out of that area. So then I started looking. I'm like, well, how does it look in other places? So I moved Virginia. So I'm moving out a little bit. Ohio. Then I got to the Midwest. I'm like, it's too cold. I'm not trying to live that life. And I shot over to LA and I was like, no, it's too expensive there. Went down to Phoenix, too hot, the Super Bowl. And I ended up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Some of y'all might want to look at Albuquerque, New Mexico. The price is right. The price is good. At that time, this is 2.5 years ago. About $400 for a 2-bedroom? Yeah, about $400. It looked nice. I deep dive just like I did for here and did driving tours to see the city. And Albuquerque is pretty nice. In some kind of way, YouTube picked up New Mexico and thought I was saying Mexico, and then I saw something Mérida. I was like, what is a Mérida? Couldn't pronounce it. And I saw Wandering Soup, the two women, the two ladies from long ago. I don't know if they're still on YouTube. Then I saw Cafe Con Leche, the two guys. I believe they broke up. And they're no longer on YouTube. And then I saw Cortez. And I was like, that's one of us walking down the street in the city of Mérida. What is that? Y'all, deep diving. All the videos. I'm just a video after video. I found a channel. An old channel he used to have when the kids was little. That's how far I went. I wanted to see everything. And he was mainly, the one I connected with. Like y'all here, y'all connect with me. I appreciate it. So, it was 6 months worth of thinking about where I want to go and maybe another 6 months of research in Mérida before I actually moved. So don't feel like you taking too long. You know what I'm saying? Or something, you gonna miss something. You know what I'm saying? Rating date. We all mature at our own rating date. We all move forward at our own rating date. You on time. You on time. I was on time for mine. And I took time. But I was on a deadline. Now that's a totally different thing. I was on a deadline. So, because my lease was ending. So I was like, okay, I got to make a decision. And that's why I talk about being decisive. When you make your move, think about it. Because when you're here alone in the hotel, you are going to question yourself as to whether you made the right move. It's just a natural thing to do. It's something that I did for a very moment of time, a small moment, because I was tired of the U.S. And I had a partner with me, and a lot of you all are coming along. So I get it. I understand. My situation where I'm carrying or making sure somebody's okay, and you carrying yourself and making sure you're okay. So after I saw Cortez, I got the consultation. I talked to him. We did the interview on the bench the first night. And the first thing I said was they lied to me. I could not stop saying that. I was like, they didn't tell me. They told me it was dirt and they got a DJ playing American songs. We got, it's lit up. It just blew my mind. And the only thing that I could think was I have been lied to all my life. And when I tell you that thing went in there and it moved up through my heart space and traveled to I just said kind of catatonic for a while. Cortez was very influential in helping me to express that which I was feeling. But I was completely overwhelmed, and I had a fantastic experience. The challenges came later, and I knew from the beginning that it was worth it. And I think that you all will know too when you get here if it's worth it. So be open to other places. Be open. You know what I'll be telling y'all. Just leave. Shauna says, I discovered Mérida through the same YouTubers. We appreciate the soft landing you're providing for newcomers. You are welcome. My pleasure. I just want to rent a 2 to 3 bedroom, at least 2 bath under 900 with some yard space and a garden. And when you keep your expectations right there where you need them, it helps. I'm going to tell you what I did and what other people have a tendency to do. Now, your budget at that, Lenore, is a little high. You don't need to spend that much for a 2 to 3 bedroom. I'm in a 2 bedroom for 5, right? I've been in a 4 bedroom for 6, okay? Now, that was 2 years ago. I'm sure it's increased in cost, but not by that much. So think about what you want in that, the amenities. That's very important. Do you want a pool? Do you want to be near the beach? Do you want to be near a shopping center? Do you want to be near a play park or something entertainment for the kids? Do you want to be in a neighborhood with no kids? So there's a lot to think about. I'm going to do a checklist of things to think about when you're making this move, because it does, colonials do change. Like I'm in Monte Cristo, it's very, very quiet. I mean, pin, needle, I'm talking about quiet. There's no dogs barking, ain't nothing crawling. It is super quiet. And I looked up because that's exactly what I wanted. I've lived in so many places where the dogs sound like it's inside my backyard. And the sad truth is, because Cortez talked about this as well, is you don't know until you move there. Like in Chaberna, when I moved and the buses were on the corner and waking us up at 5 o'clock to midnight every day. What kind of way could I foretell that? By going there and just looking at it and going, ooh, I like this. So those are questions I ask. When I'm like, is this on a bus route? Cortez say go there at night. And we do that in the States anyway. Go there at night and see how the neighborhood is. Because I'm going to tell you, Los Americas, I was just laying in the bed one night and midnight a mariachi band was in the middle of the street. But I'm talking about the whole neighborhood, honey. 12 a.m. I was like, I was knocked out. I woke up. I was like, what is happening? My mama in her room dancing. I'm like, this is other level. And I was so shocked that I didn't get to videotape it. I should have went outside and got that on tape. You know? Okay, Lenore, I'll be looking for you to set up the consultation. Y'all, it scared me. I was in there. I'm talking about all this coming down. I was getting it. And oh my God. And it was like a live mariachi band. I'm talking about with hats and the colorful outfits, and like they was in the street. It was, yeah. And I'm so sad. I'm mad I didn't get it on video because it was just amazing. It was 12 a.m. because they have holidays out here. And when they celebrate, they celebrate. You know, I told y'all it's a 6-day working week here. So on that Sunday, it is party time. Saturday night, they do the doggone thing, right? So actually this weekend is Independence Day. Like our July 4th is Independence Day in Mérida this weekend. So everything was closed today. We went out for a minute. We tried to get some work done today, but everything was closed today. So knowing that, look that up. Look up the Mexican holidays so you can see. Because we were also looking at places and we got stopped because of the holiday. And they celebrated the whole weekend. Some people worked today, but the stores were closed. The mall was open, but not every store in the mall was open. That's another thing about Mérida. They don't have a typical 9 to 5 day. The chicken spot I like is open 12 to 4 every day, Monday through Sunday. Sunday through Monday, 12 to 4. You got 4 hours to come get this chicken. Because if you don't, it is over. 12 to 4. They make up their own times if they get tired and they want to go home, and you go around the corner and come back and they close, they left. They ain't there no more. So I'm telling y'all, it is very different than the States, and you can't say nothing. These people own their own shops. A lot of the stores are in front of their homes. So in the gate, there's a gate that they remove the gate and set up comida, a food stand, and they live in the house behind it. Mérida is free enterprise. I really like the government structure here. We do have a woman president right now, Claudia Sheinbaum. I love her. We the same sign. And the government is, in all branches, judicial all the way down, is 1 term, 6 years, and it is a wrap. Wrap it up. Next, bring the next one in. Let's go. They not doing that. They like, we gonna keep it nice and crispy around here. They are not. You're not gonna stand here like Mitch McConnell till you stop talking. Mitch McConnell been there so long, he just stopped. They not having that in Mexico. They ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. So I like that structure. That's why I'm like, this place I can vibe with. I appreciate the free enterprise. I appreciate that I'm a foreigner coming in here and can set up a business, and I can't even set up a business in the doggone country I'm from. Somebody come and say something to me. I haven't found location independent employment yet other than teaching English. Keep looking. It is out there, Shauna, and create something. Create a position for things people need. If you have a specialty that you do, or you cater to a certain demographic of folk, think about starting your own thing, doing your own thing. You know? Pardon me. I got allergies. I asked the doctor why am I sneezing and coughing. He said I got allergies. I said, but it's September. He said, but you in Mexico. He said that in January too. So I'm dealing with it. Little things like that set you up. Now you need money to go to the pharmacy. You know what I'm saying? So back to what I was saying. Okay, let's move forward. So $150 rent, y'all got the goods on that. The beach thing that happened, we went over that on the last video. It was quite emotional. I dealt with a lot, but I also learned a lot. We all have trauma and drama. Ain't nobody escaping that. We've been living in it too long. We've been living in the toxicity. Ain't no way you gonna lay down with dog and not come in with fleas, right? I don't think it's absurd to think that. Go where you're allowed to grow, Lenora says. Then that is the truth. And the behavior in Mérida, I do want to talk about that. When I tell you it's the polar opposite of the States, I mean it. I'm going to say it again with my chest. It's the total opposite of the States. These people, you know, the Olmec face, the little Olmec, that's how they look. They so sweet. They all this big. All of them like this. They so cute. They so non-offensive, non-aggressive, so gracious. I gave a man a little extra tip. He came in the rain. He was like, muchas mis gracias. I mean, the level of gratitude is something I've never experienced before. Thank you so much, Maud, for posting my links. I appreciate you. And if you coming from that energy, it's hard to just shed it immediately. You're going to go through a transformation, right? It's inevitable because you're in a different environment. And these people don't respond to aggression. They actually get hurt. And they take it personally. They'll go home and cry about it. And tell their family about it. It's totally different, very family-oriented. Very centered on peace, cohesiveness, and social. They're very social. Everybody gets together and they cook and they eat and they party. And it's a way of life. For us, it's a one-off because it's a holiday and we're going to have a cookout. For them, it's a way of life every single day. They work very, very hard. As far as the men, I've been really, I don't want to get too personal about my views when it comes on to American men, okay? But what I will say is these Mexican men have definitely shown a different light to me when it comes to what men do, okay? Or what they're able to contribute to a household. I like the fact that the same guy, Jose Pedro, whoever he is, he can do the plumbing, he can do the electricity work, he can put a pool in and build a deck, or he can just bust out the concrete and make a whole nother floor. And this is generational. It's traditional. They pass it on to their children. There have been a lot of times when people have come to do work in my house and they bring their child and the child watches them work. They give them a trade, they give them a skill set that they can pass on to each generation. And that's something that I have not seen, but I wish I saw with us in the States. And some of us on here now are old enough to remember in school when they had trades, when they had underwater welding and shop and home economics and all these things that gave us the skill, HVAC, and all these skills that gave us an opportunity to make our own business, to get certified and start our own little business. And I've seen that dissipate over the years in the States and is very prevalent here in Mérida. I don't know about all of Mexico, but in Mérida, it is an understood you, and it is passed on from generation to generation. So, they don't have time to play the games. Maybe they do. But most of the time I see the young kids, they are out working, walking, asking what they can do to help. They have really good manners. They're very quiet as well. So, besides the partying, local people here are very timid, quiet, humble. A lot of humility. I've never seen one get angry. I'm not saying they don't. I ain't never seen them argue. I'm in my third year. I'm out a lot. Everywhere. I'm always paying attention. And I see how they work together. If you go to a restaurant, one person will take your order, the next person will bring your food, and the last person will, like Quinta, will bring your check. And they work together like that as a team. So when you come in, it is quite the adjustment from that's your table. You take care of all the stuff. Where's my tip? I look at these videos with these people pushing. I'll come across them. I try to keep them on my timeline. I don't find them entertaining. Getting angry at the fast food places and pushing all the cash registers off the shelf. The level of violence and anger in the States is extremely volatile. I don't even think y'all, I think you know, but I feel like you know and you don't and you do. because it's extremely unhealthy. You know, and you won't be able to see it in its totality until you get on this side. So that's why I focus more on Mérida, because y'all know where you are. You know what you're dealing with. I'm going to put the pictures up of the sky. It was beautiful, cumulus clouds. We had a thunderstorm. It got a little cooler. The humidity is dropping, right? It's travel season. The states don't want to encourage entrepreneurship. Learning the trade leads to exactly. Then you get rid of, the one thing that I did learn too about my experience was, I heard somebody say this on Tickety Talk. I like the Tickety Talk. They said when you lose the slave, you lose the crops. And that's so profound. Because indeed you do. And then the underfold is that when you lose the slaves, you lose the crops. You never learn to seed yourself. So it's important. In my situation, I was told we love everything you do for us. We just don't like you. But if you lose me, you lose everything else. Right? So when you're with people who like you for what you got and don't love you for who you are, and you remove yourself, pardon me, you also take the crops. Take your crops and get the heck out of the USBS. Because on a grander level, that's what I'm talking about. If they lose y'all keep everything. Everybody that's there perpetuates it. It keeps the whole system going. If everybody drops out, y'all seen the little meme with the table and the people under the table, and they say, what if we all just drop out and the table falls? And it's eventually gonna happen. And a lot of us are getting the message. We're receiving the signal. I don't care what our faith is or what, we are receiving it through that to get to stepping. And it's real and it's here. And every day you get closer and closer to the future, shall I say. So, plan your move. Think about your budget. Stay at about $350 if it's just you. If it's two of y'all or three of y'all and your money's right, $700 should get you where you need to go. Remember that a lot of places come with utilities included. So you're only paying electric every 2 months. And the highest bills are when it's warm. And that's only two and a half bills out of the year. So water I've paid as low as $7 for 2 months, $5. One time I paid 11 cents because we had a well. So if you have a well in your area, that will cut down on your water costs. But that also included washing clothes and, washing dishes and all the other things, your body, everything you do with the water. Gas is not like it is in the States. They bring a tank and it's on the outside of your house. They bring a half a tank or a whole tank. They unscrew it, screw it back in, and it funnels gas to your stove. If you have a gas stove, which about 8 times out of 10 you will. And that tank, if you get a big one, can last you up to 6 months. So the only costs that you will really incur are your internet bill and your CFE bill. Now, if you're in a house, you're going to have to pay all of that. However, the price is low. $7 for the water bill, $15 for the water bill every 2 months. And the gas every 6 months, depending on how much you cook. And if the water goes through the gas or through electric. So remember to ask that question. Is the water pumped electrically or does it go through the gas to be warmed? Either way, you're good. Electric, it'll make your bill a little higher depending on how much water you use. A lot of places in Los Americas and various colonials in Mérida have an on and off switch for the hot water to keep down on your bills. How about that? Okay, Lenora. Yeah, so they have an on and off switch, and you can turn off your hot water when you're not using it. Turn it on about 30 to 45 minutes before you take your shower, or if you're washing your dishes with hot water. Dishwashers are not a thing. You won't find them in a lot of homes. You may find them in some. Tubs are not a thing. I did see a house when I was looking for Casa de T&Nikki that had 2 tubs. I was amazed because I've seen maybe 1 in the last 3 years. So tubs are not a thing. If that's something you want, make sure you put it in your criteria for the type of house you want or the type of apartment that you want. It's not everywhere, but it is found in some areas. Jobs here offering $18 to $22 an hour. With a degree, how can you begin to pay back the astronomical school loan and rent on that, right? Priced out of the U.S. That's what I ended up being. Priced out of the U.S. Right? So think about this stuff, y'all, before you come. Because when you sit in the hotel alone, all of these thoughts, apprehensions, hesitation, fears, all of it will bubble up. And you got to have somewhere to dispel it. So get your journal out, write about it, and keep going. Keep going. Don't get stuck. Don't get stagnant. Keep going. Focus on your goal. Okay? So Casa de T&Nikki, which will help you all transition. It is a transitional place, home. Airbnb. 45 days, 30 to 45 days is to stay. So you can actually get a feel. You don't have to be rushed to find a place. You don't have to be rushed to make a decision. And at the same time, you're amongst other expats. It's going to be off the chain all the time. But you got to leave. You got to move out because you might want to stay. So it's going to be fun. And we'll have the language classes. We'll have the free to come over and do the cooking classes. We will have the wine tasting classes and the paint and sips. We will have all of that budgeting classes. All of it. So I'm making it a one-stop shop so y'all can get it and get it good. Take the classes, keep your notes, and it'll help you not only move here, but stay here. Because that is always my goal. I'm here, but I want to stay here indefinitely. Right? I have no plans on returning to live. Okay? I found a place for me. And indeed, it's a place for you. So Casa de Nikki is under contract. I am accepting pre-booking at the beginning of October, end of September. I have a lot of clients that are coming. We still have Gina here. She's visiting. She moved here. She's looking for her place right now. I will be putting more focus on Casa de T&Nikki going forward once we close within that 45 to 60 days, so I can get you guys in there so you can transition out to your home. Also being there, you will be connected directly with a realtor. So my goal is to make it seamless, a seamless process. Classes, workshops, forms, and documents, including the information station and where you can go on your own, because my goal is for you to be as independent as you can be in Mérida, knowing the basic language, how to communicate effectively for the things that you need to get, and being confident in your journey and being peaceful and finding your home. Okay? All right. So now also a lot of people have sent me messages about employment at Casa de T&Nikki, which will be coming up. As we expand, you will need some help, right? I am looking for a personal assistant right now. However, I need he or she to be in Mérida. I'm also looking for someone who's bilingual and a little younger than I am, because although I love us, who's going to remind you to remind me? Who's going to wake you up to wake me up for the call? So I am looking to I'm not only looking for younger people because of their enthusiasm, expediency, acuteness, attention span. There's a laundry list. However, I'm looking to them because they're the new generation. I'm trying to think about everything, Shauna. I am. Because they're the future and we're planting seeds in them to help them see that there's more than the block. It's more than a corner. It's more than the friends. That the world is bigger than what you can see when you wake up. So that's why I want to bring some of that young energy in, because, word travels fast and we can start to change the perception of the youth. Okay? So, and I am looking for someone who will stick to me like skin. I really need that. And it's a paid position. However, it will be paid in pesos. That's why I need you here. And it will be enough, I'm sure, to pay your rent. So for people who I need a gig, I need something to do, other positions will open up like event coordinator for all of these classes we gonna have. Staff and any type of thing that comes on, I will do a PSA and let you guys know so you can apply for it. Okay? Everything will be put on Facebook and email. If you haven't clicked the join my blog right here, the show me the way button will give you complete access to me. You'll be in contact and I'll be able to respond directly to you and send you, so there's a little space in there where you can put a note for what you need. So reach out to me. And then of course the AAG group, I'm always shooting information to them, so you can also be in the group and get a discount for being there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing the best I can, y'all, to make a way. I again apologize for the audio on the last video. I went back and listened to it, and so I'm so thankful that the 50 people that was there dealt with it. But now we back in action. I should be loud and clear, crispy on the screen. We back there. So I just had to, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lenora. We getting it together. So now I'm back on point. I got my mic right, because I'm I paid a lot for this mic now. And I'm also going to get it mounted so it'll be in front of me and I won't have to turn to talk. And just keep bringing y'all this information. So think all the time, write down every thought, any questions you may have. Call me for a consultation and ask, because I cover general things here, but you may have specific needs or specific questions or concerns. So email me, get a consultation. I got 3 tiers. You can talk to me 30 minutes for $20, just to get some insight. And I do also give you 35 resources and tools afterwards, such as where to get your blood work done, from that all the way to groups to join to get information, if you need a lambaderia or an exterminator. So another thing I want to do for you guys is always have resources, so you don't have to look very far for the things that you need. Okay? All right. So we did an hour tonight. We did good. I just want to come back and share the information on the $150 houses. Is it possible? Yes. Do I suggest it? No. Just work on your budget. Be realistic about it. Look out for incidentals. That's big. I told y'all I'll be falling. So look out for incidentals. Put aside a little cash for that. And then your medicine, because that'll be out of pocket. A lot of us get medicine through Medicare, Medicaid, or some type of subscription. Always look at Amazon Mexico, because you have to pay import taxes when you use .com. Mercado Libre, MERCADOLIBRE, Mercado Libre is the Amazon of Mexico, and they deliver the next day, and their prices are substantially cheaper They also have a membership you can join, but if you choose not to, the delivery fees are like $1, $2, $5, depending on what you order. But most of the time, you can find anything you're looking for in Mercado Libre. So I tell y'all, when you come here, it changes. Hey, She Loves Cam. What neighborhood is Casa de T&Nikki in? Or are you going to be living on site? Casa de T&Nikki is in Las Americas. Excuse me. It is in Las Americas 2. Las Americas 2. It is one house from the corner. And baby, when I tell you, as soon as you turn that corner, everything is right there. The chicken spot, the bodega, Acropolis Mall is there with the bank, Perificos, Dirty Grill. Oh, it's a couple of sherbet places. What you call it? The ice cream that's not ice cream. They got a couple of those over there. We go over there sometimes. It's a fabulous mall, and it's like a 5-minute walk, if that. And I will not be living on site. It's only 3 rooms, so I'm leaving that for y'all. Me and Mama would take up 2. So I gotta not live there. And that place is way better than where I live, right? Aesthetically and modern. It's beautiful. It's made to be Casa de T&Nikki. And then maybe we'll have Casa de T&Nikki doors out by the beach. Have one on the beach. That's what I'm talking about. So, we got big plans. But my goal is so y'all can come here soft. You know what I'm saying? It is a perfect location, shop. It's amazing. It is amazing that my realtor found that house. And the price was right. And it's got a pool and a bar. Yeah. And a grill built in. And when I went there, my man had an 85-inch TV up there. That's what I'm going to put up there. And it's covered. And then you can sit. It was a table where you can sit around the table and chill and drink your beverages. And then the pool is in front with a wall. And a service entrance on the side. And then the grill. And it's a place for a small refrigerator. And all of that's covered over the grill and stuff. And then y'all just got a laundry room. We got laundry room. You ain't got to worry about it. Thank you so much, She Loves Cam. Laundry on site. You can go and wash your clothes, dry your clothes. We have a washer and a dryer. And then you come on back into the crib. You got your kitchen, double refrigerator, sub refrigerator. The living room is great. 3 huge rooms. Nice bathrooms. It's the spot. And I want y'all to come. And we gonna party it up. It'll probably always be something going on at Casa de T&Nikki. Because I'm also opening up to people who want to do events. So if somebody wants to come there and do a, shaman moonlight ceremony. Something Mayan. And you happen to be staying there, you get to participate. You can go downstairs to the ceremony and get some food and all of that. And then also what we will have is the little amenities that make a difference. You have all the toilet paper. You ain't got to worry about that. Because a lot of these Airbnbs, they'll give you one roll, but then you on your own. They'll give you one thing of water, and then you on your own. So Casa de Laundry, yes. Casa de T&Nikki will have drinking water right out the thing. I'm going to put a system in there. And also you'll have all your cups, all your stuff. Everything is there. Toilet paper, paper towels. The little things that make a difference. That also crunch your pocket, your budget. Welcome. When you come in, open the door, your bed got some chocolate in a welcome package. Oh, luxury. Because you've been through enough. You've been through enough. So now we're moving into our soft life. We moving into elevated. We're going to elevate our vibration and live on another plane. Getting away from the violence, disrespect, lack of life, and just surviving day to day. The work, sleep, eat, repeat pattern. All of it stops here. And I figure you come through there, you learn what you need to learn, get your language a little bit where you can at least order your food or talk to the cab or understand. It'll set you off, I think, in a better level of success, to move into your own place, to feel confident about where you are, to have a little bit of an idea of the city. You're like, oh yeah, I've been to that mall. Oh yeah, I remember this place. You have some familiarity, and then you get to meet other expats. You get to be around us, and we all, we have something in common. Y'all are all starting from a certain point, starting over at our ages, right? But we have it in common, and we get to play again. We get to sit by the pool. We get to sip tea. We get to relax and transition into the new life and work through all the shadow work and all the thoughts and the kids stuff and the parents stuff and the job stuff and the friend stuff. You need a minute, honey, to decompress, declutter, right? And redesign, and you can, and redefine your way of thinking and be in a peaceful place with nice people. They so sweet. They so sweet. They are a sweet, kind people. Amen. Been through enough, right? And the fact that it seems like it's never ending, right? Every day is something new. And living in the States shortens your life. You're too stressed out. That's the number one killer. Stress, stroke, heart attack, all of that. Stress. So, that's the first thing that'll go. The shoulders will drop and the jaws will unclench your cheeks, unclench your jaws. Some of y'all watching, you didn't even know. Your shoulders is high. When I came over that water, that Gulf, honey, pardon me, I came over that Gulf, them shoulders dropped, and all the isms went away. You don't have to be black no more. You can be, but here you don't have to be, because being black is a full-time job in America. You got to fight for your right to be it, to be who you are. When you're here, you just Americano. You brown just like everybody else. And you're treated with respect and acceptance. That way, the way it should be, based on who you are, not the color. So the isms go away. Ageism, racism, all of it goes away. Right? If you allow it to. That's another thing. You got to be ready to let go of all of that stuff. We've been carrying it around so much, so long, it's like an appendage. We've been carrying the pain so long, and we done forgot that we think it's part of our anatomy. And it's not. And you learn that when you get here. Hey, Pamela. You learn that when you get here. The pain is not an appendage. It's not part of your anatomy. All the stuff you're carrying is not a part of, it's not normal. Hearing, not being able to go out in the evening and take an evening stroll in the park as a woman and feeling fear is not normal. Having to clutch and hold and hide is not normal. And the shielding of the heart, which is the biggest thing. I live in a place where I can live from my heart. That's why I'm always crying and emotional, because here I can be. It's only in the States where I get shunned for feeling a certain way other than anger. Anger and violence is acceptable, but forgiveness and recognizing my pain and all of that, we got to go to therapy, and then they want to give you medication to manage it instead of fruit and vegetables and clean water and clean non-GMO food where I'm not inflamed. And my gut health affects my mental health, so I got brain fog, and I'm depressed, and I got PTSD. I got all that in the States. I got AIDS. I've been diagnosed with it, PTSD from being homeless, and going right back into society, and they don't care. They don't care. Here, people care about you. They actually care about you. They want you to see you happy. They want whatever service that they're providing to be to your liking. They want you to come back. Excuse me. It's nothing like going into a store and the people remember me. T&Nikki. T&Nikki. They remember me. That's so endearing. You know, and I have like relationships. Tito, yeah, R.I.P. Tito. You know, with these local people. And it's very important to me because I want to change any stigma they may have against Americans, but they don't. I just want to be the best representation and not bring that trauma and drama into their facility, into their establishment. I'm going to have to deal with whatever that is inside of me. And, you know, we talk about Mérida being a vortex. So it might beckon you to deal with what's going on inside of you. A lot of times it does. Some people run from it and some people grow from it. And those are the ones who are here or go to the other beautiful islands and places in the world, or they make their home here and they settled. But the people where it stir up too much until they got to deal with the memories, they will leave. They will leave. Cortez and I talk about it. People make deposits on places and leave. They leave, y'all. When I'm in Mexico, I have more peace and I feel like I'm at home. Right? And I always feel like I'm at home in Mexico. If y'all listen, it's so quiet. I've lived in neighborhoods in the States with the gunfire. I used to live in South Central Los Angeles. I know what that is. I know what that is. That's why I appreciate this so much. And like having girlfriends. In the States, I didn't have no girlfriends. And I was like, if I ever get me some girlfriends, some friends again, I'm going to just love them and have them and hold them. And now I got me a few girlfriends who check on me. They be like, you all right? I seen your live. You good? They check on me consistently. In the States, we have a saying like, even if I don't talk to her for a year, we still friends. We still know. We talk all the time. I need to know you all right this week and next week. And it just opens up your heart to so much love. And a lot of us forgot how that feel. To be loved or to have love or to love somebody. And it brings it all back. It brings it all back. And you feel normal again. Or if you never felt that way, you get a sense of what happiness is and everyday life is, and just working or relaxing and not having to worry about anybody hurting you. It's quite the experience. It's amazing. And I want y'all to feel it. So come on to Mérida. Check it out. See if it's the place for you. You can trust people. You ain't nobody out to get you. You can walk at night. You know, the kids, they have a lot of the soccer games at night. 10, 11, 12, midnight. They be out there late. And they have all the carts set up. And the kids out eating ice cream at midnight. They be 7, 12, 15. And it's so cute. It's so cute. And they just so safe. Ain't nobody gonna get them and run away with them. Ain't they gonna end up on the back of a milk carton. You can let your son just walk to the store and walk back. That's why I said it's very retro here. Remind you of the 70s a little bit. When we could walk to the store and your mama gave you a list. And you showed it to the man and he gave it back to you because he knew your mama. Tell your mama I said hi. It's kind of like that. It's kind of a lot like that. So if that feels good to you, if you can remember that, or if you weren't around and you want that, that's what Mérida is. It's like a good meal with cornbread. It's something you have to experience on your own. It's very hearty and full-bodied. Now, everybody got their own experience. I had somebody to tell me that I blow up Mérida, I make it seem like it's all that, and it ain't all that. And I'm like, well, this is my experience. See, maybe you haven't been through enough. Maybe you haven't been hungry. Maybe you never been outside on the streets. Maybe you never slept in your car. Maybe your mama never been at the shelter. So it wouldn't be big to you because that's not big to you. But when I've been where I've been and went through what I went through, y'all know I start preaching and crying. I'ma stop. But you feel what I'm saying? My gratitude is deeper, it's wider, because I have a contrast between having everything and lost all of it to having to rebuild my life brick by brick, step by step, and then having the testicular fortitude to move to another country, start a business, and buy a house. So yeah, it's big to me. It's big to me. Right, Lenora? Hey, Jillian, or Gillian. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? And for you, those of you all who are watching me who've been through something, who lost a job, who lost a loved one, who's trying to make it, who has sacrificed for many others and came up short yourself, who's put other people before yourself, who's been the underdog, who's worked the long years, who's tired of the USBS, yes, it's going to mean something to you too. The fact that you see 1,000 butterflies a day is going to mean something to you. The fact that the watermelons have seeds is going to mean something to you. And it's going to be more than your pain. It's going to be more than going back to the USBS. And it's going to mean more than anything that anybody got to say about you and your journey. Okay? Oh, thank you so much, Pamela. Thank you. I appreciate you appreciating me. To each his own, right, Lenora? So that's what I'm saying. Everybody's journey is different. It might just be okay for you. And for others, it may save their life. That's what it did for me. And I think a lot of people on my channel resonate with me because that's what they're trying to do, like save themselves from the USBS, try to find a way to make it happen. And I feel so honored to be part of the process. I do. So it's this late Monday night. We might have some late night talks like this. I like it when things go on. But email me. Get a consultation. Take a course. I'm here for all of it. Casa de T&Nikki in full effect. It's an awesome place. Keep talking about it. Every place ain't for everybody, right? Did you see the children spinning tops? Yes, I did. Hey, Lisa. Right? And to me, Mérida is just beautiful. It's peaceful. I mean, y'all here. I've been here, what, an hour? Not nothing. Not no shot. Not no hollering. Ain't nobody domestic dispute arguing. You know, the states took me through it. I had a neighbor who got drunk and got off his meds on Christmas Day and hollered all in my bedroom window. It was trauma. This stuff be traumatizing. And then it's not his fault. That's why I have so much compassion. Like for the people at the beach that did me dirty, that talked to mommy, I don't like you and all of that. And that's okay because everybody ain't going to like me. I'm not for everybody and I'm okay with that. I help who I can. But y'all know I model my life, my mission, my ministry after Harriet Tubman. And she had the pew-pew in one hand and the Bible in the other. She did not come here to coddle you. She came to get you to freedom. Catch and release. Catch you while you're falling and release you into freedom. And if I can do just a minuscule amount of what she did, I helped. I hope I helped. I hope I helped. By being an example and by the Underground Railroad making a pathway so that you guys can get here. So remember, from the Bahamas. This is great stuff. Thank you, Lenora. So remember, just listen to what we be saying on YouTube. Because we know we've been here. Believe me, we've been through it so you won't have to. So don't do yourself a disservice by looking for something cheap, because it won't be worth it. You'll end up having to move quickly, put down 4 deposits. I told you, we have talked about it, Cortez and I, and we have talked about the people, honey, who have bought a ticket, bought a package, came down here, put the down payment. Now remember, it's 4 deposits. So if the rent is $500, 4 times 500, right? And then leave. Cortez had a guy came down here, did that, and bought a printer, went to the store, the bodega, and got equipment and left. The struggle is real in America. And it ain't nothing here. It's what's going on inside of him, whatever it was. And some people can't live in a peaceful place because they ain't got peace in them. They want to come. They think they want to live in a peaceful place. But it'd be too quiet. It's too quiet, T&Nikki. It's too quiet. I need some trauma and drama. The people who created, they got, oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Yay, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to do a reply. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Thank you, Pumpkin. Yeah, some people want they need. Y'all know, y'all got them. Some of us got some in our family. Always trying to stir up something, right? Then the folks we trying to get away from, and they all in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor, as they say. So don't worry about them people. Keep on going and just listen to the YouTubers that resonate with you. Take the lessons that you learn. Take the consultation. Whatever you need to help you along the way. Stay at Casa de T&Nikki so the anxiety can kind of get off you a little bit. We need a minute just to kind of stare in the ceiling sometime. So give like what's his name said, the Lord, give yourself some grace and take a break. Even if you want to come down here for a little bit and have to go back, which I'm sorry if you do, because that's what Casa de T&Nikki do too. Come down here for a couple of weeks and take you a break, see the city. You get to be with me. I won't be living at the house, but I'll be over at the house all the time. All the time. And I'm looking to buy a van. I got big plans for us. I got big plans for us, y'all. We gonna be getting it. I got big plans for us. And so we won't have to worry about Ubers or drivers. We'll just have the Casa de T&Nikki coach. And we can get somebody to drive us around. Or if you want to run to the store, if you want to go shopping at the mall. So I'm trying to cover everything, y'all. I was celebrating Mexico's Independence Day yesterday, and though I'm in the States, I was like, Viva! Viva la Mexico! Right? Because your brain is here. Your body just in the States. You know what I mean? So the mind and then the butt follows. That's how it works. So you already a million miles ahead if you're thinking about it and your mind is here. Keep thinking about it. Come up with your plans. Look at his videos. Get as much information. Ask questions. And today, Pamela said, and today. Yes, Independence Day here in Mexico. Come up with your plan. Ask questions, especially in groups. If you go to Black Mérida, expats in Mérida, it's a million of them. Expats in Mérida and the brothers and sisters of Mérida. If you ask a question, about 10 people will answer. Like, where do you get your kids' glasses from? It just came to mind. And like somebody be, just go over here to the mall here and do this and go there and give you the link to the page or the link to the Google. It's amazing. These groups are very good. And then if you don't want to say nothing, just sit back and watch. And a lot of the information that you're wondering or have questions about, somebody else will ask them and you'll be like, oh, I was wondering that. So groups are your friend. Groups are your friend. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to get in them groups and do a little communicating and just watch to see what they talk about, right? Pose a question. Also, groups are good for, I'm in town. Does anybody want to have a drink? Does anybody want to go out or meet up? It's good for that too, to meet up with people. Excellent. It's hard for me to go on Facebook. It's always something negative popping up on my screen. I know what you mean. I'm on there for business, Sonora. I'm telling you. That's why I be like, just peek in the groups. Don't look at the timeline. I mean, not the timeline, your feed. Don't scroll on the feed. Just go straight to the Facebook group. Check it out. Ask a question and then come right up out of it. And that way you won't have to deal with the, all the other ads. Facebook has a lot of ads and stuff like that on it. So that'll help you, kind of funnel what you need to. Facebook Marketplace, another place, just go look at it and come out of it. You know what I mean? And then I always post stuff on my Facebook group. I'm still thinking about making that public. I just haven't had a chance with the beach thing, and then I got a lady here, and then I got people coming. So I'm eventually going to make that, hopefully by October. It'll be a Facebook, T&Nikki Facebook group where we can talk about different things, updates on, and you can ask questions in that group. And you can stay out of the feed. I don't like Facebook feed either. You're welcome, Shauna. I'm glad. I wanted to just do a replay for you guys, because I went back and listened to that thing and I was like, that is horrible. So I hope you were able to get some of the information that was, not heard in the first video. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to come, let me know. Thank you so much for my super chat, Harrington. Shishi, I appreciate it. Thank you all for getting on late tonight. I know we're in different time zones and it is 10 o'clock here. So in some of these places, it is midnight. So thank you all for the hearts and all the love. I hope you all have a fantastic week. I may come back on live during the middle of the week. Just to give you an update, a shout out of what's going on here. We did have thunderstorms, so the lights were out for quite a while. Remember, when it happens, to download. Look, y'all can go on YouTube and pay $11.99 and get unlimited. You can have no commercials. You don't have to skip nothing. And it will also give you the option to download movies or download music or whatever you look at on YouTube. So consider that, doing that too, just as a backup for when you come. Little tricks and trade to help you get through the moments, right? The night owl is usually up at this time of night, exactly. Absolutely, Pamela. Thank you for being here, everybody. I am out of here. I'm going to go to bed myself. I am sleepy. Thank you again, Harrington, for the super chat. Thank you all for all the love. And I think we had a good one tonight. We got it back on point. Got that sound and that video popping. So I will see you all probably before Sunday. But if I don't, I'll see you next Sunday. It'll always be a great topic here on T&Nikki and Mérida. All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful week. And until next time, peace.